Cleaning Nation, welcome to another episode of the Grow My Cleaning Company podcast. As always, I want to start the show by telling you how much I appreciate you telling a friend, sharing the show, subscribing, rating, reviewing, all the kind words that you at Cleaning Nation throw our way. We love it. We love you, and that is why we do what we do. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, take us on the road on the podcast. Either way, feel free to go to growmycleaningcompany.com where you'll find all the good stuff that we've got and or join the Facebook group. I think we're about 3,000 strong as of today. Today we are chatting with Rachel Zwiph from Clean Chicks LLC. Clean Chicks have been serving the Huntersville, North Carolina area for the last 4 years. If you want to reach out to Rachel, you can get a hold of them at www.cleanchicksrock.com. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you?
Living the dream, man. How's it going with you on your end?
It's going good. The weather down here is beautiful.
Fantastic.
So I can't complain.
So how on God's green earth did we come up with Clean Chicks? I'm digging that name.
Actually, a friend and I asked her for some help, and she said, how about Clean Chicks? And it kind of stuck with me, kind of stuck with my vibe, and I just liked it and kept it.
I imagine it's working way better than the first name you guys put, which was Messy Chicks, which I can't imagine you guys got any business with that. Or sloppy chicks. You just go and like smoke cigars and put your feet up on their furniture and charge them. Good business model if you can get any customers. All right. Well, what's going on in your world today? What can I help you with?
I needed help with figuring out a way to bid on a house, say a deep clean, and figure out what I'm going to do for that deep clean, that I'm not there too long, but that I know what I'm doing and I'm actually bidding the customer right, because I feel like I'm underbidding when I'm especially doing deep cleans. I'm not charging enough for the level of service that I'm giving to the customer.
Okay, so we talking about a one-time deep clean or an ongoing deep clean? Or not ongoing deep clean.
Just a one-time deep clean.
All right, just one time. So first and foremost, I am not a fan of any one-time cleaning. And I'm still going to answer your question, of course, but for Cleaning Nation and for you, Rachel, one-time cleanings require all the same work to find the customer, to get them a bid, to figure out what they want, to go out there. Is the same amount of work to get the client and money to get the client as it would cost for an ongoing cleaning, but you make 20th of the money, right? If you get a recurring customer for $250 a month and they stay for 2 years, that's $5,000, $6,000. If you get a one-time $300 or $400 deep clean, it's the same amount of work for just far, far less money. So that said, I wouldn't do them. If you're trying to bid, I'm always going for, people get confused with, well, I want to do this or I don't want to overcharge or whatever. The key to the whole operation is cost of goods sold percentage. So you want to know what percentage of the money that comes in do you have to pay to get the job done. So if it's a deep clean and you want to pay, if you estimate it's going to take 20 hours and you figure your payroll is $10 an hour and you want to make sure you include hard costs like Social Security and withholding and all that good stuff. So not the amount that you pay your employee, but the amount that your payroll company actually takes out of your account every month, right? So let's say it's $10 all in. It's probably a little higher than that, but well, just to make the math easy, let's say it's $10. So if you've got a deep clean you think is going to take 20 hours and your labor's $10 a piece, that would be $200 in labor. If you want a cost of goods sold of 50%, that means you would charge a customer $400. Any questions on that so far? That's how you figure every bid, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's big or small, recurring or one time. You're always going to figure out what it's going to cost you, divide by your cost of goods sold percentage, and that's going to be your bid. So that said, any questions, Rachel, before we keep moving?
Nope.
So for an ongoing bid, a recurring service, I want my cost of goods sold to be as a residential somewhere between probably 40 and 50%, meaning if it's going to cost me $100, I want it to be $200 at the high end and whatever 100 divided by 40% is at the low end. Actually, let me see if I can figure that out just so you guys, because I know when I start talking math, people get freaked out. But just to show you how easy it is, I've got my handy dandy iPhone. If it's going to cost me $100 and I want a cost of goods sold of 40%, I just put in $100, hit the divide button by 0.4 or 40%, comes out to $250. It's I turned Dang it. So $100 divided by 0.4 turns out to be $250. So that would be somewhere between $200 and $250. Now, that's on an ongoing cleaning. For a one-time cleaning, I want my cost of goods sold closer to like 35, 40%. Because again, it takes just as much time to get a cleaner scheduled and to go out there and to give them a bid and to get their money and to deal with them if something goes wrong. I want to get paid for that. So first of all, I wouldn't even do a one-time clean. But if I was going to do a one-time clean, I'd want my cost of goods sold to be 30 to 40%. And you might say, well, no one's going to pay me that. Fine. That's not good work anyway. And if you do get paid, at least it's worth your time. For ongoing bids, I want to do 45 to 50%. Now, that said, you might say, well, what about an ongoing customer that needs a deep clean up front? Is that something that you deal with, Rachel?
Yes, that's primarily what I deal with.
Okay, cool. So let's answer that because that's a lot more exciting of a question, because I don't mind investing a little more in this customer because we're going to have a relationship that goes on. So I don't mind not paying a little extra, but investing a little more time and money in them. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. The first way, actually there's 3 ways. The first way is to just absorb the cost, just to say, well, hey, it's going to cost me 10 hours per month going forward. Here's your bid. I know that the first cleaning, it's going to take an extra 5 hours. I'm just going to include that at no extra charge because I want to build a relationship. So that's one way to do it. And if you do that, you want to make sure maybe in exchange you get a review or a testimonial, or you want some goodwill. You want to tell them, hey, we're not charging it. It's usually going to cost us, usually we're going to spend 50% more time on month 1 to get your house into order. We're not going to charge you any extra because we love you. So that's the first strategy. The second strategy, which I'm not a big fan of, is just the charge. You say, well, it's going to be $250 a month, but the first month it's going to take an extra 5 hours. Again, same formula. You still want your cost of goods sold to be 45 to 50%. You might just say the first month is going to cost you $350. Every month after that, it's going to cost you $250. I'm not a big fan of that, but that's a lot of people do that, and you can certainly do that. You just want to make sure that you are able to communicate that in a way where they see the value in it. And then the third option is to tell them, hey, I'm not going to charge you anything extra, but because of that, we're not going to do all the deep cleaning right up front. We're going to spread it over the first, 3 or 4 cleanings. So it doesn't cost you as much, and at least you get hopefully 2 months of work before you do it. So for me, if it was my company, I would probably just make sure I have enough margin in there to just do the deep cleaning, try and get some goodwill, communicate in such a way where they see, and I try and close more deals, right? Because if they get 3 bids and 2 people tell them, hey, it's going to be $350 to start and then $250, and I say, hey, I love you and I just want to make good with you. I'm always about giving value in advance. So I'm probably going to just do it for free and try and get the goodwill and explain to them I'm doing it because I want to invest on our relationship. But the other 2 options are to just charge them flat out for it, or spread out the cleaning over the first couple months and absorb it that way. Does that help at all, or just bring up more questions?
No, it definitely helps out at all. I definitely am not a fan of doing the work as you go. I'd rather get it done in one big swing and then go ahead and move on.
So
the monthly or weekly cleanings, however they want them.
The big thing, and that's another thing, I don't know that I would do that on a monthly cleaning. So I would only do that for a biweekly or weekly customer. So if they're a monthly customer, then I'm definitely going to charge that's just a monthly service. So I would charge more. But if it's a weekly or every other week relationship where I'm going to be in their home consistently, I'm definitely going to do that goodwill. The big thing is the communication, right? It's how you could communicate it in such a way that seems like you're greedy and you're trying to take advantage and you don't care for them, which is the wrong way to start off. Or you could communicate it in a way which is, hey, I'm going to do this extra thing for you because I love you and I care about you and we want to make sure that you have a great experience. Maybe you could give us some sort of referral or testimony or a 5-star rating somewhere here. So that's it. Instead of looking for the money, I'm looking to build a long-term relationship and maybe get some sort of testimonial review built up. So any other follow-up questions, needs, or does that kind of get you sorted?
That gets me sorted.
Okay, making my life easy, sister. Well, let's move right on to the lightning round. I'm going to give you the opportunity to share some of your experience with Cleaning Nation. We're going to give you 3 quick questions. I have no doubt you're going to give 3 amazing answers. Question number 1 is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received, whether personally or professionally?
I think it kind of falls into both categories, personally and professionally. Is just always be you. Don't ever stop bringing out the light in you. Just be who you are all the time, and either people are going to love you or they're going to hate you, but you're always you and you're always genuine to yourself.
And it makes it real hard to compete, right? I can only be a crappy version of Rachel. I can't, so that makes it really hard to compete with other people when you're you, because you're the only you out there. So that's a great piece of feedback. Question number 2, what's the biggest mistake you've made in the cleaning business that maybe the rest of us can learn from?
Underbidding myself. Underbidding myself and coming home and being completely exhausted, and I can't take care of my family.
I wish I could say that's the first time I've heard that, Rachel, but that is a common theme amongst Cleaning Nation, is underbidding, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So hopefully this podcast will help not just you, but the rest of Cleaning Nation get paid fairly for their work. And if you're in that situation, don't be afraid. Go raise prices, right? Worst thing they could do is they quit, and then you replace them with a more profitable customer. Either way, don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. Last question. What's one idea that Cleaning Nation can put into practice right away? Something simple and easy to implement that as soon as the show's over, they can go put into practice and make their lives just a little bit better.
Is if you have an idea, just run with it. I'm kind of an out of the box thinker. I'm kind of like a rock star type of chick, and that's kind of when I seen the domain name pop up, Clean Chicks Rock. I went with it because it was me. I didn't really care if people were going to like it or not. It embodies me. So if you want something in life, just go out and do it, and you'll reap the benefits later.
Yeah, that kind of ties in with your first bit of feedback, which is be yourself, right? And you're like, hey, I'm the kind of person that would have Clean Chicks Rock. And the cool thing is the people that like it are not going to like it a little bit. They're going to love it. So you're really going to attract clients. And the people that don't like it, you're probably not going to want to do business with them anyway. So it's a great way to kind of exclude them right off the bat from your universe, so you don't have to try and put a square peg of your services into a round hole of what they're looking for. All right, Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for taking your time to be on the show. I appreciate you. I know the Cleaning Nation appreciates you. If you want to check out Rachel's show notes page, Cleaning Nation, and the special free training video I made just for you, totally for free. It's a free on-demand training. It's all at growmycleaningcompany.com. Go there right now. Check it out, and I'll see you there.
Congratulations! You are now 16% smarter. Still can't get enough cleaning goodness? Go to www.growmycleaningcompany.com for more of the good stuff. Ever want to be rich and famous? Owners of cleaning companies, as well as industry experts, can apply to be featured on the show by emailing our producer Natalie at support@growmycleaningcompany.com. Until then, don't miss out on all the latest cleaning industry lovin' at www.growmycleaningcompany.com. Check it out now.